Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another Build Newcrest challenge. Today's challenge, or this week's challenge, is going to be about community lots. So I asked you guys, I think it was a few weeks ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, what kind of builds that you guys wanted to do, and you guys suggested like money limited ones, which was the starter homes that we did in the week before this one, so just this one gone. And also you guys suggested to do some community lots, so this week is going to be about community lots, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to do some community lots now while we are still in isolation, because I feel like community lots take forever to build. And I did ask another question in last week's video, I think it was, if you guys want maybe a few of the starter homes instead of doing like a new starter home each week. A new lot each week. And a few of you said yes, and a few of you said no. So I don't really know what to do with that just yet. I guess I'm just kind of taking it week by week and seeing what you guys feel like doing. So at the moment, we're sticking to just building more lots. Although with community lots, I feel like community lots aren't people's favorite to build. So I need about 5 community lots in this total neighborhood. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I have like my TV running in the background just because I'm all alone right now. So I really just want to have something in the background to make me feel like I'm not so alone. That sounds really depressing. Anyway, this build that I chose to do was based off of a picture that I found on Pinterest. It was a really cool industrial looking kind of like house cafe sort of place. So I fiddled around like forever. It probably took me about an hour in real time to figure out what kind of windows I wanted for the build. I was trying to replicate what I saw in the pictures, but that was a bit hard because of the way that everything is kind of structured in Sims 4, and then, you know, obviously in real life we don't really have that many limits like we do in The Sims. So I tried my best to try and replicate it, but then I ended up changing it up a bit to see what worked in game. I always try to find pictures that I like and then just kind of go off of that first, and then whatever else I can't like replicate properly, I end up changing into something else, just because it's I don't know, it's your kind of take on the build, or like that was my take on the Pinterest picture that I found. This one is a cafe, if I didn't mention that before. It's a cafe / park. Like there's, later on in the build you'll see that I do a lot of landscaping. I make a big river, or like a lake, sorry, and I kind of have all this empty space on the side, which I didn't really know what to do with, so I kind of just left it blank. I did put a tree in there. And also in this build I used a lot of debug items just to make it very lush looking, because you'll see in a minute once I start to do the rest of the build. Once I start adding in all the chairs and stuff like that. I did change my mind quite a lot of times, just because I don't know, I had a picture, like I said, that I was working off of, but then I had another, like I had quite a few pictures to try to figure out what kind of vibe I wanted to go for in the cafe, like the sitting area. And I don't know, the pictures that I had were really, really pretty. Obviously that's why I chose them, but we don't have furniture quite like that unless I use CC, but obviously there is no CC in this because we want it to be downloadable for people. So here I'm also changing the size of the cafe because I did realize how huge I made it. Didn't expect it to be that big. But I also, you know, kind of limited myself to just doing one little cafe. and then kind of having like lots of space to sit down and just chill out, be with friends and just have a good time. I feel like cafes, especially in Australia, they're really popular for that. It's a very trendy place to go to a cafe, especially in Melbourne, not where I live though. Or I guess we can try it. Perth is kind of trendy in a way, like it's trying to be trendy. We do definitely try to be trendy. Also, if you can hear a little bit of like a wind noise in the background, I do have the heater on, but my heater is a reverse cycle air conditioner because it is freezing over here and the weather has been absolutely disgusting. But I don't know, it's disgusting to some people. I actually really love it. I love storms. It's been storming and it's been really windy. The only thing I don't like about winter and like storms is how windy things get, because wind just blows everything around and everything away, and it knocked over my clothes hanger dryer thing that I had out the back. It blew my my rubbish bin, because we had like bin days the other day, and it just blew the bin across the road. And I didn't figure that out until after I drove out of my garage into the street when I saw my bin was across the road. So yeah, it's been pretty horrible weather here at the moment. And yeah, I don't know, kind of lost my train of thought. Here is where you'll see what I was doing with the debug menu. So to find that, you have to go, and I tried to use both of these cheats, but it didn't seem to work unless I had both of them on. So if you want those live edit objects, which is those hanging baskets of flowers, they are in the live edit debug menu. So you have to type in bb.showhiddenobjects, all one word, and then you have to go bb.showliveeditobjects. And then you just have to scroll through until you can find it. I also tried to do a little bit of landscaping, like just get some of the plants that are unique to the live edit mode and that you can't really find in the actual build by menu. So I did chuck out a few trees and just kind of greenery to see what I might want to use out here, because I didn't really have a plan on what I wanted to do outside, just more what I wanted to do on the inside. So the outside, I did end up going with a bit of a lake. Sorry, not a lake. I keep saying, oh yeah, it is a lake. I was going to say, I keep saying river when it's not a river. I did end up going with a lake. So I did try to get as much sort of greenery as I could. Also, while I was scrolling through the debug menu, because I bought some more packs, because I have a save file coming out soon, I want to make sure that I have all the packs, just so if somebody uses some things from another pack, like it doesn't delete it in the final save file. So I finally have all the packs except for my first pet stuff. And I just downloaded a save file that I'm going to do some Let's Plays with, which was by Ilaroos. If you subscribe to my channel and you watch that video, the links will be in the description box where I got the save file from. But a few things like glitched out. I don't know if that's because I didn't have move objects on while I was playing in the lot or something, or it was because I don't have my first pet stuff and maybe they used something from the debug menu that was in my first pet stuff that I didn't have. So a few things didn't show up, and also I feel like a few things did replace themselves. It was like 12 items, I think it was, in the final save file that didn't show up. So I don't really know with that, but it might be because of my first pet stuff. But anyway, I'll let you know a little bit about the save file. I'm kind of excited for it. Like, I'm actually really excited for it. It is a save file that is built solely in Oasis Springs. I just wanted to keep the project a bit small. It is still a pretty big project, regardless of the fact that it's only in one of the lots. I tried to keep it base game, even though the packs that are probably used in it that some of the other builders, because I am building with about I think it's like 15 other people. I think it's 16 including me. I can't really remember exactly how many there is, but there's 15 other simmers. Some of them are YouTubers as well. And if you watch the save file tour, all of the links to everyone will be obviously in the description box, and like where to download it and stuff like that. But it's basically a modern take on Oasis Springs, although in a way it kind of doesn't relate to the rest of the surroundings because of the set dressing that EA has obviously put. Just quickly going back to the build, this is when I kind of changed my mind on having those black couches from Dine Out and just kind of making it a bit more quirky and have a bit more personality. So I kind of chose all of my favorite couches and then just kind of mix match them together to make sort of like some little quirky like seating areas. And then I tried to fiddle around for like a good long while on what kind of coffee tables I want in the middle of them. But anyway, back to the other save file that I was talking about before, Oasis Springs. It's it's basically just a modern build, and the 2 lots that I assigned for myself because I put together the group and I'm putting together the save files. So I just let everyone kind of have first grabs or first dibs on the lots that they kind of wanted. So I kind of just did a big spreadsheet and just asked people in a poll kind of style of what kind of lots that they wanted and what kind of lot size that they wanted or what kind of house that they wanted to do. And a few of us chose community lots. So I have a little bit of experience with community lots now because I had to do 2 community lots in my save file, and I did a spa and a VIP lounge, although I'm not sure if I'm completely 100% on the VIP lounge. Maybe I will go back and do some more on it. If you want to see the speed builds and where you can download it on the gallery, then make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload those speed build videos. But anyway, back to this build. Don't forget, if you haven't been participating in the challenge before and this is your first challenge build, you have a week to get it finished and uploaded to the gallery so that I can see it, and you need to put in the hashtag #BuildNewCrestChallengeK, and I'll put that on the screen if I remember. If I don't, it's just Build Newcrest Challenge. And then you just make sure you put the K at the end, because if you don't put the K at the end, then it goes into a file of like hundreds of other people's builds, because other people obviously do build Newcrest. It is an empty neighborhood after all, so I guess people do that sort of challenge to try and build up the neighborhood. So just make sure you put Build Newcrest Challenge K at the end. Just make sure you have the K, and then you should be sweet. And then, yes, you have a week. So you have from today, which is the 27th of May, and then you have till the 3rd of June to have it completed and uploaded. I do try to do the tours the day after this video. So it's usually the Thursday, but I'll try to keep it till the Thursday night, only because I know some people obviously live in Perth in Australia, and I am exactly 12 hours ahead of the United States. I think it's LA. I always forget to check before I start talking in this video, but anyway, it's always 12 hours ahead of somewhere in the US, and I'm pretty sure, almost completely certain that it's LA that I'm 12 hours ahead of. So I try to keep doing the tours till like, I don't know, the absolute last minute, only because I don't want anyone to miss out on getting their builds toured, because I did have a really good build by, I think it was by Louise. I can't remember the last name of it, but the last name of hers. But I did miss out on her build, and I think it was because I just kind of jumped the gun. I was really excited to see everyone's builds, so I think I just got a little bit too excited and did the video a bit too early, so I did miss out on touring one of the builds. Although you can see it, it's up on the gallery as well. If you search for the hashtag, you can find all of the previous builds that we've done. And also, once you do the tour, don't forget, if you haven't seen the last tour video, I'll leave a link in the description box down below where you can watch it. Go vote for what is your favorite. I think Brittany Boo is in the lead at the moment. I personally voted for her because I love her build. It was so good. It fit the description really well. She has like a really good vibe to it. I just love it. So back to this build as well. I just kind of keep jumping from subject to subject. I'm sorry about that. I did try to make it look a bit more natural, like a natural lake, because obviously the way that the sort of lake tool or the pond tool works in the Sims is the same as doing a pool. It just it crops it out really weird, and I don't know, I just obviously I wanted it to look a little bit more natural, so I did put a whole bunch of rocks, which will probably take up majority of this video. It probably took up majority of my time as opposed to doing the actual cafe. It took me more time to put the rocks around the pond border so that it doesn't look so I don't know, man-made, I guess you could say. Also, when I was trying to find these goddamn grass bushes, I thought that they were in Jungle Adventures and I couldn't find them. I had to kind of like leave the video for a second, so I stopped recording. I went and did whatever it was. I think I went to go eat lunch, to be quite honest. And then I came back, and then I had to, I think because I exited the lot or something, I can't remember what I did. I did something, so I had to redo the cheats. And in one of the other builds, I saw this bush, like this green bush kind of thing. And I couldn't figure out where it was from. And I really wanted to use it because I thought that it would really suit kind of the grassy, lush kind of vibe that I was going for when I was building, like wanted to build this lake. But for the life of me, I could not find where it was. And then it took me a good like 20 minutes in real time, just going through debug like over and over again, making sure that I didn't miss it, going through the build by mode, like making sure I didn't miss it. And I think it was because I forgot to type in a cheat, which was the live edit objects or the show hidden objects. I can't remember exactly what it was, but because I have all of the packs now except for one, it's got a really, like the debug menu is huge, and you kind of get a bit overwhelmed, which I guess I got a little bit overwhelmed with it because it took me forever to find it. So anyway, I ended up finding it, and thankfully I was just kind of thinking to myself, what if I find it and I don't actually like it? I just wasted all of that time trying to find something, and then it just didn't work. So anyway, I'm just popping in some flowers, just kind of spreading them around. I also put a little bunch of flowers. I think I sized them down as well throughout the grass bushes or the grass things. I don't know, grass pad, I guess you could say. Just because I thought it looked cute, like kind of hidden within those bushes. It kind of gave the grass patch a little bit more life to it and a little bit more color. And I also decided to try and find a nice bookcase in the library. And this is where I just kind of struggle with what to do with that space. I don't know. It was, I don't like to have too much dead space, but also I don't think that it really needed anything else because you've got such a grand lake in front of the cafe. So I didn't feel like you really needed to have something else on the side. I was trying to fiddle around with some of these like fairy lights and stuff like that to try and see if that could work. I think I end up putting some of the fairy lights that you can download from the not download. It's like a free pack that you get. It's like the holiday pack. I think it was when they had their 30th anniversary or something, or the 20th anniversary. I can't really remember. This is where I start putting in the lights, so you can kind of see. And they don't actually give off much light. So I ended up putting in some more garden lights around the lake just to make sure that it's all lit up and it looks pretty at night. And I guess they're just decorative items as well. So yeah, there isn't really much to do on the lake. It's just there for aesthetics, I guess. There is a chair there so you can see what it looks like. And yeah, anyway, I'm going to finish talking up here. I think there's about 2 more minutes left. I just kind of fiddle around with what to do with the rest of this empty space and the rest of the lot. So enjoy watching that. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did and you end up downloading this lot just because you just like the lot, not because you're participating in the challenge or anything, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps support me and helps support my channel. If you're going to participate in this challenge as well, don't forget to stay tuned for tomorrow's video, which will be the tours of last week's build, which were the starter houses. And I'm really excited to see that because obviously it's very limited because it's a starter house, but we'll get more into that when we do the tours. So don't forget to hit that bell icon as well so you don't miss out on another video, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
You got to let it